Politician's reasoning is questionable because his argument what? Well, what is his argument? The argument is, one recent suggestion has been to graze sheep from nearby livestock farms in the field to get rid of this Chinese broadleaf weed, because it will reduce crop output. And his support for this is that the sheep need something to eat, and the farmers need to get rid of the weeds, and so everybody wins. So, why is his argument questionable? Does it assume without justification that the sheep will eat all the broad-leafed weeds? Well, it doesn't actually assume that. If they ate a bunch of them but not all of them, people could still go in by hand and remove the remaining weeds. It does say that it requires expensive removal by hand in order to be properly dealt with, but if the sheep eat most of them, it's going to be much cheaper to just remove what's left. Does his argument suggest choosing sheep to solve the problem without considering whether other livestock might be even more effective? Is that the question? No. There's nothing about other livestock that we know that would make them more effective, so that's not a flaw. Is it questionable because he fails to consider the possibility that grazing sheep might cause more damage to the crops than the weeds do? So this is a very real possibility, since the whole point is let's get rid of these weeds so that these crops don't get damaged. If you have a bunch of sheep who eat plants, mixed in with your with the crops you're trying to grow, how do you know that the sheep aren't going to eat it or knock it over or stomp on it or do whatever sheep do when they're not eating Chinese broadleaf weeds? So it does fail to consider that the sheep could do more damage than they prevent. Choice C.